Okay. Yeah, just wanted to film a quick video. Just got this staff beginning of the week because my other one broke eventually. Had it for a couple months, but you know, doing this, you drop it a lot. Eventually these things break. Oh, and you hit yourself in the head. I do really like this. This is a TXQ Saber, and that's what I had before. This one I actually like a lot more. I'll edit in a picture or something of what I got, because it's kind of hard to see out here because I'm doing this in the dark, obviously. But yeah, the other one I had, it was pretty good. It was pretty durable. This one, it just has better flow to it. I don't know, it just seems to have a little bit better inertia. It just wants to keep spinning, as opposed to the other one where I felt like I was forcing it a lot. It's got a really good flow to it. I did make a mistake in purchasing it, so this part of it's going to be a bit of a PSA. There's different options when you're ordering stuff. There's a standard baselit, premium baselit, and the pixel stuff, and a Profi. The standard baselit, or the premium baselit, is what I had before, and it has pretty decent smooth swing. I can maybe demonstrate that because, well, I'll tell you in a minute. The standard baselit I assumed was going to have the smooth swing, but it just doesn't. I mean, it kind of does, but it sounds broken, and I didn't know. And it was only a little bit cheaper, so I wasn't really saving all that much, and it's not as good. But if you just want the lights and want to save the money, go with that. If you want some better sound, get the premium. If you want a whole different deal, get a pixel. Those things are amazing. It's a little bit weird doing it out here on like actual sidewalk. I do most of this in a mall on really slippy floors, kind of, so I can spin really easy. And if you let it, this thing will spin you. Where was I? Yeah, so standard baselets, if you want the lights, you know, if you're just looking for a really good staff with lights, something to spin, go with that. Premium baselit, if you want better sound. But outside of that, the way these things feel, I mean, for $50, just so far this is my favorite in terms of spinners, but I haven't had that many yet. So, but it's got like these grips with ridges, and it kind of just helps you locate like where you're at on this thing somewhat easily enough. It helps me to feel it a little bit better. Yes, but what I did, because I had these other broken guys, is I just did a dirty electronics, so I'll show you the difference.
Low volume. Low volume.
Try high volume.
High volume. High volume.
Alright, maybe you can already tell that one's louder than the other. I also upgraded the speaker. I had a Smuggler's Outpost. I just threw it in there for what the hell. It was in my Xeno, my LGT that broke. Okay, so this is actual smooth swing. mind-blowing or anything, but you know, it's at the price you can get it for. They're pretty freaking awesome.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you're not a Jedi yet.
See, it seems like it's gonna have good sound, but it just doesn't. It's not as smooth. It's delayed. And I'm hitting myself in the head. And the clash is just way too sensitive on this. I mean, it's tolerable when I don't have the sound on it. I don't hear it. It just flashes a lot. But that, I'll say, is something that they need to. Let me turn this down. That is something that I would say.
Mute. Mute.
I don't even remember what I was just saying. What the heck I was talking about? I was talking about the sound. Oh, the flash on clash. Yeah, that one has to be like, I would say, easy to disable in most respects. Because I'm not really dueling with this, I'm just spinning with it, and a lot of the times, you know, things if I'm just hitting it with my body, it, you know, it's registering, and I don't want it to. I know the pixels are supposed to. When I have it, I can change the setting, but it doesn't seem to work. But that's a big one, having those things. I mean, you know, for dueling and most purposes, they're perfectly fine. You're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But for spinning, if you know are really serious about that, and you're trying to do some like fun stuff. You know, it's can sometimes just blink and stuff, and you don't want it to. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about this. I mean, this is kind of like a really boring video. I don't know if anybody would want to be around by this point, because I'm just kind of like whisper talking. This is almost ASMR. Shoot, I'm not really good at this. I should write things down, be a little bit more prepared. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, this is like pretty fantastic. I am trying the round port for charging for some reason. I'm trying to have an idea that maybe these are more durable than the other ones. If that's something that I mean, actually all the companies can do a little bit better, is the durability of the cores. I know that, you know, the ones that I've had lasted like kind of not too bad, but I mean, I think if we just had more screws, or the core inside there had something that the screw actually went into rather than just a hole in the cylinder, because that doesn't really hold it, you know, too well. And then there's all kinds of strain on the button, you know, at some point, especially when they land on the pommel, which it tends to do a lot when you're, you know, throwing them around like a jerk off like I do. I don't do that much throwing. I'm just starting with it. But I mean, you know, pretty much, I mean, the Pixel that I had, the LGT, I mean, that thing broke in less than a month. And, you know, I paid almost $200 for that. It's kind of, I mean, the electronics is fine, so all I need is a new core, and I can just, you know, transplant it. But, you know, I think for $200 we can get durable plastic. I think so. you know, and I get a lot of people interested in these, and they are interested in the spinning. So if they're, you know, if I'm selling these, which I, you know, hope to do, if I'm selling these and I want to sell these to people who are interested in the spinning as I am, you know, I want to have, you know, like a couple more reassurances that these things can last a bit. You know, because in the beginning I was dropping a lot more than I do now, but I still drop it enough to be a concern. Getting better. Yeah, I think that's about it, honestly. I mean, if you were just wanting to get started with this, I'd say go with this. The couplers are pretty cool. I had to buy it separately, but I mean, it's a little bit better than the older style that they had that had small holes in it. I just wish that I was getting more out of it with this, you know. Although I will be now that I have the smooth swing in there, that acts a little bit better. At least I'll have some sound. I kind of vibe on that. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. I've been searching for something that just felt like perfect, and this, I don't know if it's the style, I don't know if it's the weight or what it's doing right. You know, the only way I can really like fault it is with my choice in going with the cheapest electronics and just the construction of the cores. You know, we could be doing those a little bit more durably. And maybe stop doing the batteries so tight, because honestly it really, I don't think it's doing what it's supposed to be doing and trying to prevent shutdowns. Because I don't know if this will, no, this one's pretty alright, but most pixels, it tap it on the tip and it just shuts it right off. I haven't tried the newer ones though yet, so hopefully those are different. I'm going a bit slower than I did. I think I'm gonna call that a video. Pretty tired. About to head into my 2 days off and I need the rest. I'm like actually glad I'm able to use my hands, because a couple days ago I stabbed it with a screwdriver and it went in about 1/4 of an inch, and luckily it's not even hurting me today, so I guess I got real lucky. I'll take it. Alright. Well, that's probably the most boring review videos that I've ever, well, I don't know what I was about to say there, that I've ever watched, because I'm not watching it, I'm making it. Whatever. Alright, that's enough.